Hello, friends, it's so nice to meet you. Hello, friends, hello.
Lesson 81. The Navy and the Police.
I was in the Navy, you know.
Were you?
Yes, I joined the Navy in 1920.
Really?
Yes, when I was 15, when I left school.
Why did you do that?
Oh, to see the world, to travel to other countries, to find adventure.
I see.
Yes, to find adventure.
How exciting.
To travel to other countries.
How
To
marvelous.
see the world.
How romantic.
Yes.
How long were you in the Navy?
What?
How long were you in the Navy?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Why didn't you stay longer?
What?
Why did you leave the Navy?
To get back to London.
To get back to London?
Yes.
Why did you want to get back to London?
I had to.
Why? To be with your family?
No.
To go to college?
No.
To get married?
No.
Well, why?
I couldn't stay in the Navy.
Why not?
I used to get seasick.
So you left the Navy because you used to get seasick?
Yes.
Well.
Yes, I used to get seasick every day. It was terrible.
That's very funny, you know.
What?
That's very funny.
Why?
Well, you joined the Navy so that you could see the world,
Yes.
so that you could travel to other countries,
Yes.
so that you could find adventure.
Yes.
And then you left because you got seasick.
Yes.
Well, I think that's very funny.
Huh? Really? Well, what did you do when you left school?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I joined the police.
The police?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Oh, so that I could help people.
Oh, very good.
So that I could catch thieves.
Marvelous.
So that I could do some good.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Were you in the police long?
Pardon?
Well, how long were you in the police?
10 days.
10 days?
Yes.
Why did you leave?
Pardon?
Why didn't you stay longer?
I didn't like the uniform.
Lesson 81, Drill 1.
Listen to the examples.
You're practicing your English to study in England.
That's right. I'm practicing my English so that I can study in England. You're walking to the office to get there early?
That's right. I'm walking to the office so that I can get there early.
Now, you go on.
You're practicing your English to study in England.
That's right. I'm practicing my English so that I can study in England. You're walking to the office to get there early?
That's right. I'm walking to the office so that I can get there early. You're working all day to earn more money.
That's right. I'm working all day so that I can earn more money. You're earning more money to go on holiday?
That's right. I'm earning more money so that I can go on holiday. You're going on holiday to enjoy yourself?
That's right. I'm going on holiday so that I can enjoy myself. Lesson 81, Drill 2.
Listen to the examples.
Now, last year you went to English classes. Why?
To go to England.
What? You went to English classes so that you could go to England?
Now, last year you walked to the office. Why?
To get there early.
What? You walked to the office so that you could get there early. Now you go on.
Now, last year you went to English classes. Why?
To go to England.
What? You went to English classes so that you could go to England?
Now, last year you walked to the office. Why?
To get there early.
What? You walked to the office so that you could get there early.
Now, last year you worked all day. Why?
To earn more money.
What? You worked all day so that you could earn more money?
Now, last year you earned more money. Why?
To go on holiday.
What? You earned more money so that you could go on holiday?
He lives in a house on the side of a hill. He's got a private doctor to give him his pills. He's built a swimming pool so that he can swim all day. He's got dogs in the garden around the house and a lock on the door to keep people out. He's got a safe so that no one can take his money away. Mr. Millionaire, come out and say hello. Come out and say how do you do. Mr. Millionaire, come out and say hello, so that we can say hello to you. He's got beautiful carpets to cover the floor. He's got a key to lock every door. He's got windows so that he can see the sky. He never laughs and he never smiles. He looks over his shoulder all the time. He needs a guard at the door so that he can sleep at night. Mr. Millionaire, come out and say hello. Come out and say how do you do. Mr. Millionaire, come out and say hello, so that we can say hello to you. Mr. Millionaire, come out and say hello.
Lesson 82. Dr. Gray and Mr. Smith.
Well, Mr. Smith, what's the trouble?
Well, Doctor, I haven't been feeling very well.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I've been...
Doctor,
Yes, nurse?
Mr. Jackson's waiting.
Yes, nurse, a lot of people are waiting, but I'm with Mr. Smith now. I'll see Mr. Jackson in a moment.
He's been waiting a long time.
Yes, I know, but I'm talking to Mr. Smith. Ask Mr. Jackson to wait a moment longer.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, Mr. Smith, you haven't been feeling well.
Yes, that's right. I've...
Doctor,
Yes, nurse?
Mrs. Green's here.
Well, ask her to wait. I'm talking to Mr. Smith, aren't I? If Mr. Jackson can wait, Mrs. Green can wait too. Ask her to sit down and wait.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, Mr. Smith, what is the trouble exactly?
Well, Doctor, I've been waking up very...
Doctor,
Yes, nurse?
Mrs. Green and Mr. Jackson are still waiting.
Yes, nurse, I know. Why don't you tell them to read a magazine? I'm talking to Mr. Smith.
Yes, Doctor. Dr. Gray's surgery? Yes, he is.
Who is it?
It's your bank manager.
Tell him to go away.
Dr. Gray says you're...
No. Ask him to call back later.
Yes, Doctor. Could you call back later, please? Is he busy? No, not very. He's just talking to Mr. Smith.
So, Mr. Smith, you're not feeling very well.
No, Doctor. You see, I've been waking up in the...
Doctor?
Yes, nurse?
Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Green are still here.
Yes, nurse, I know. Tell them to wait.
They've been waiting, Doctor.
Tell them to read a magazine.
They've read all the magazines, Doctor.
Well, tell them to go for a walk.
Tell them to go for a walk?
Yes, tell them to go for a walk. Sorry, nurse. Ask them to go for a walk and come back in 5 minutes.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, Mr. Smith.
Well, Doctor, I've been feeling terrible. I've been in bed for 3 days.
Why didn't you phone?
Phone?
Yes, phone and ask me to come round.
Well, I was going to ask you to come, but I didn't want you to come for nothing, so I...
Doctor?
Yes, nurse?
It's Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Green.
Tell them to go for a walk.
They've been for a walk, and they've come back.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, tell them to go home.
Tell them to go home?
Yes, tell them to... Sorry. Ask them to go home and come back tomorrow.
Why, Doctor?
Because I'm not feeling very well.
Lesson 82, Drill 1.
Listen to the examples.
There's a man at the door. Are you busy?
Tell him I'm busy. There's a girl on the phone. Should she wait?
Tell her to wait.
Now you go on.
There's a man at the door. Are you busy?
Tell him I'm busy. There's a girl on the phone. Should she wait?
Tell her to wait. There's a policeman in the house. Are you awake?
Tell him I'm awake. There's a customer outside. She's angry. Should she come in?
Tell her to come in.
The cook is in the kitchen. Are you hungry?
Tell him I'm hungry.
Lesson 82, Drill 2.
Now listen to the examples.
There's a very rich man outside. Do you want him to come in?
Of course. Ask him to come in. There's a beautiful girl at the table. Do you want her to join you?
Of course. Ask her to join me.
Now, you go on.
There's a very rich man outside. Do you want him to come in?
Of course. Ask him to come in. There's a beautiful girl at the table. Do you want her to join you?
Of course. Ask her to join me. Your mother is in the office. Do you want her to wait?
Of course. Ask her to wait. Your bank manager is coming to see me. Do you want him to give me some money?
Of course. Ask him to give you some money. Your friend's in the car. Do you want him to give you a lift?
Of course. Ask him to give me a lift.
My mother told me to leave school. My father told me to stay. They both wanted me to find a job, so I wrote to the fire brigade. I wrote a letter to the fire brigade and asked them to give me a job. They asked me to come for an interview and to be there at 12 o'clock. The fire station was hard to find. I lost my way in the town. I asked a man to show me the way, and he asked me to give him £1. I finally arrived at 1 o'clock. only an hour late. I asked them about the job, but they told me to go away. Go away, go away, go away, go away.
Lesson 83. Mrs. Trent finds a porter at the station.
Platform 11. That's platform 2. Now, where's platform 11? Oh, Porter! Porter!
Yes, madam?
Could you show me where platform 11 is, please?
Platform 11. Certainly, madam. This way.
Oh, thank you.
Are these your bags?
Yes. Could you carry them for me, please?
All these are yours?
Yes.
All 7 of them?
Yes. Would you carry them to platform 11 for me, please?
Of course, madam.
Thank you. And would you please be very careful with them?
Of course, madam.
Thank you.
This way. 9, 10, 11. Here we are. Platform 11.
Oh, good.
And there's your train.
That's not my train. That train is going to Manchester.
Manchester. Yes.
Well, I'm not going to Manchester. I'm going to Liverpool.
The Liverpool train is at platform 7, madam.
Platform 7?
Yes, platform 7, not platform 11.
Oh, I see. Could you take my bags to platform 7, please?
Certainly, madam. Of course, madam. It's a pleasure, madam. Here we are, madam. Platform 7, the Liverpool train.
Thank you.
There are your cases.
Oh, could you take the cases onto the platform, please?
Certainly, madam.
And perhaps you'd put them on the train for me.
Of course, madam.
When the train comes in.
Certainly, madam.
That's a bad cough. Have you got a cold?
No, madam.
You'd like a tip, wouldn't you? That's why you were coughing, isn't it? You'd like a tip.
Well, madam,
Well, if you could just open that small case.
Ah, this small brown one.
Yes. Would you open it for me? My money's in there.
Certainly, madam. It's locked.
No, it's not locked. Could you try a little harder?
Of course, madam. There.
Dear, it's the wrong case. My money isn't here after all. Well, where is it?
Never mind, madam. Never mind.
Oh, could you close it for me? Would you... Porter?
Lesson 83, Drill 1.
Listen to the examples.
Tell him to come back at 6 o'clock.
Could you come back at 6 o'clock, please? Tell her to wait outside.
Could you wait outside, please?
Now you go on.
Tell him to come back at 6 o'clock.
Could you come back at 6 o'clock, please? Tell her to wait outside.
Could you wait outside, please? Tell them to go away.
Could you go away, please?
Tell him to leave the money.
Could you leave the money, please? Tell her to open the window.
Could you open the window, please?
Lesson 83, Drill 2.
Listen.
I can't carry this case upstairs.
Would you carry this case upstairs, please? I can't open this window.
Would you open this window, please?
Now, you go on.
I can't carry this case upstairs.
Would you carry this case upstairs, please? I can't open this window.
Would you open this window, please?
I can't find the money.
Would you find the money, please? I can't lift this chair.
Would you lift this chair, please?
I can't clean the car.
Would you clean the car, please? Lesson 83, Drill 3.
Listen to these.
Could you come back later, please?
Of course. Would you help me with this case?
Certainly. It's a pleasure.
Now you go on.
Could you come back later, please?
Of course. Would you help me with this case, please?
Certainly. It's a pleasure.
Could you give me that book, please?
Of course. Would you carry these boxes, please?
Certainly. It's a pleasure. Could you pass me the meat, please?
Of course.
Porter, would you take my bags and put them on the train? I'm going to London to see my daughter.
I'm sorry, madam. My name is Captain Smart. I'm a captain in the Navy, not a porter.
Oh, Captain, could you give me a hand? Would you help me with my bags? I don't think there's a porter in the station. Could you take them to the platform and put them on the train, or I'll never reach my destination?
Madam, it'll be a pleasure. Just show me the bags. The Navy always loves to help a lady.
There are 7 in the taxi and 5 by the door.
7 and 5. Are there any more?
No, 7 and 5. Yes, 12, that's all.
Porters work harder than the Navy.
Lesson 84. Harold and Marion's wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary, darling.
Happy anniversary, Harold.
Oh, what's the matter?
I've got a cold, I think. I've been sneezing all day since I woke up.
Oh, shall I call the doctor?
Oh, no, it's not bad enough for that. I don't need the doctor.
Well, how about an aspirin? Shall I get you an aspirin?
No, thanks. I don't like taking medicine.
Shall I make some tea?
Tea?
Yes. Would you like a nice cup of tea?
No, no.
Well, my mother always used to make tea.
Did she?
Yes. When we were feeling ill, or when we were feeling well, she used to say, "Shall I make some tea?"
Well, I don't want any tea, thanks.
Okay.
I'll drink this orange juice.
All right. Are you cold? Shall I close the window?
No, thanks. Leave it open. I'll close it later.
Okay. Why don't you lie down? Shall I bring you a blanket?
No, I'm feeling much better now. This orange juice is very good.
Oh, good.
I'm not sneezing anymore. You see?
Ah, that's good.
Yes, I'm feeling much better. Happy anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary. Oh. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling much better. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Harold, what shall we do this evening?
Do?
Yes, what shall we do to celebrate? To celebrate our anniversary.
Oh, yes.
Shall we go to the theatre?
The theatre?
Yes. Shall we go and see a play?
Oh, no, I don't like the theatre.
Oh. Well, shall we go and see a film?
A film?
Yes. Shall we go to the cinema?
No, I don't like the cinema.
Shall we go to a restaurant?
No. We can eat at home.
Shall we go to a concert?
Oh, there's a lot of good music on the radio.
Well, shall we go out in the car?
Think of the price of petrol.
Shall we go for a walk? That's free.
I'm too tired to go for a walk.
Well, shall we stay at home?
Stay at home?
Yes. Shall we stay at home?
On our anniversary? Stay at home on our anniversary? Oh, why don't we go out and enjoy ourselves?
Oh, Harold.
Lesson 84, Drill 1.
Listen to the examples.
I feel sick.
Shall I call the doctor? I can't do this question.
Shall I call the teacher?
Now you go on.
I feel sick.
Shall I call the doctor? I can't do this question.
Shall I call the teacher? I can't type this letter.
Shall I call the typist?
My tooth hurts.
Shall I call the dentist?
My car doesn't work.
Shall I call the mechanic? Lesson 84, Drill 2.
Listen to the examples.
What about the cinema?
Yes, shall we go to the cinema? What about the theatre?
Yes, shall we go to the theatre?
Now you go on.
What about the cinema?
Yes, shall we go to the cinema? What about the theatre?
Yes, shall we go to the theatre? What about having dinner?
Yes, shall we have dinner? What about going to France?
Yes, shall we go to France?
What about having some tea?
Yes, shall we have some tea?
Lesson 84, Drill 3.
Listen to the examples.
Let's go to France.
Oh, shall we? We could go to France.
Oh, shall we?
Now you go on.
Let's go to France.
Oh, shall we? We could go to France.
Oh, shall we? Let's go dancing.
Oh, shall we? We could go to the cinema.
Oh, shall we?
Let's have a party.
Oh, shall we?
We haven't had a holiday, we've been working hard in town. Shall we pack our bags and leave right now? Shall we pack our bags and leave right now? Shall I go to the station and buy tickets for the train? Or shall I phone the airport and book seats on a plane? Shall we go and never come home again? We haven't had a holiday, we've been working hard in town. Shall we pack our bags and leave right now? Shall we pack our bags and leave right now? Shall we stay in the mountains in a house among the trees? Or shall I go and telephone a hotel by the sea? Yes, I'll ask for the best room if it's free. Will you come with me? Goodbye, Mary, it's so sad to leave you. Goodbye, Mary, goodbye. Goodbye, friends, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, friends, goodbye. Goodbye, friends, it's so sad to leave you. Goodbye,